I just tried to record this video and I accidentally took a picture of myself. Put that right here. Is that what I look like? Don't answer that. I was thinking a lot about today about how to live with yourself. Can you? That's a really good question. You can. It's just not comfortable, you know? Maybe it is for you. Maybe it is for you. That's the thing that I get a little bit pissed off at, is that some people just are chilling. I wish I could chill. I would cut off my legs if I could chill. Today, in one of my classes, we were showing our most recent projects. It was a simple project. It took me 2 hours to edit. It was so easy. It wasn't anything I was necessarily proud of. I just thought it was fun. I just thought I'd put it up. And then we were going over my work and I started shaking. I started shaking so badly and I could not stop shaking. Then my professor was asking me questions and I was like, yeah. No, so how I did this? I don't know what the fuck was going on. If you're in my class, could you tell I was shitting my pants? Comment down below. Yeah, so I've been thinking a lot about how you need to live with yourself. And it's never too late to make a change. There are definitely parts of myself that I don't like. Peep the new tat. It was $200. Did I get scammed? Yeah. Did I spend $200 on it? Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I told somebody that this was $200 and I was like, well, I think it's maybe the ink that was more expensive. And he goes, are you stupid? The ink doesn't cost more money just because it's a different color. Hey, I didn't know that. I'm 18. I only recently learned that I can think for myself. That's not true. I've been thinking heavily since 5th grade. I remember the last year of my life before I became like hella depressed, and I don't want to like be like, depression's a part of who I am, but like it's been 7 years, so like it kinda is. So it's not my defining personality trait, but we start getting into biggest fears, and mine would probably be, will I ever be happy? And Inside Out really had it right. There's always like an undercurrent of emotion that is your constant state of being. So who controls your emotions? Comment down below. I think that the person controlling my little brain up there is probably sadness, which sucks because out of all the emotions, she's kind of the worst one. I know that was the point of the first movie, is that it's like emotions can work in tandem together, and it's like, yeah, not her. She's been driving the bus for a while now. Let me drive the bus. Maybe let Joy take over. I always thought about why they decided to name her Joy and not Happiness, but I think happiness is probably too big of a mouthful. You can't really like, happiness. I'm happiness. You can't really do that. Anyways, how do you live with your sober brain? A lot of people would turn to medicinal drugs, such as I. Proud Xanax user. Wait, I'm not on Xanax. Zoloft. Sorry, I get them confused. I've been on Zoloft for 2 years. In the beginning, I was so nauseous all the time. This is my impression of me, my junior year when I started Zoloft, and POV, I'm in your class and I just started Zoloft. You're my classmate. I'm me. Action. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, my friend texted me. Is it bad I've been hitting my cart every night for the past 2 weeks? I would say no. And that's all I have to say about that. Moving on, situation happened today, so it's a little fresh in my mind, so I wanted to rant about it, because who cares? No one's gonna see this. Except I always say that, and then people do A, see this, and B, comment, you guys watch my videos? Why? What am I saying of use to you? I don't think I'm saying anything of use whatsoever at all. I don't know if I've ever said a useful thing in my life, and you can quote me on that. Anyways, so I met this guy on a stoop in Brooklyn at a Midwest emo concert that was taking place on a stoop in Brooklyn, as previously mentioned. And I thought he was cool. He was interesting to talk to. I was like, oh, he seems cool. Didn't think anything of it. The night ended. Didn't see him again. But then I got a message from him and he was like, hey, do you want to hang out again? And I was like, freak, yes, I do, because I just moved to college and I have no friends. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So then we hang out and I'm kind of getting a flirty vibe from him. I'm also really, 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 really bad at reading social cues. You could be begging me to take my clothes off for you and I would be none the wiser. So if you were hitting on me and I wasn't reciprocating, I'm so sorry. I just don't think I knew. Anyways, so I wasn't getting a flirty vibe. Maybe I'm wrong about that because I'm not good at reading social cues. I had a really good time though. It was good conversation, good food, good vibes all around. Today he asked me out on a date, and this was kind of out of left field for me, mostly just because, again, I can't read social cues. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, no, I have a boyfriend, as one does. It'd be really funny if I was like, fuck yeah, right now? I was like, but I still want to hang out with you though, like I had a really good time. And he was like, oh, no, I just want to hang out in a social setting, never mind. Which, that got me thinking though, was he only hanging out with me because he thought there was a possibility to date me? That's the thing that my mind keeps getting tripped up on, is did he think I was interesting? Did he think that we had a good conversation? Did he enjoy being around me? Did he actually like hanging out with me for me? Or was the whole time him just kind of being like, I'm only talking to this girl because I want to fuck? Is that all that's on a man's mind? Young man? Or old men. Old men are pervs. And this is not saying that this is what's happening in the situation, but I am tired of being viewed as a sexual object. Because no matter where I go, there's always gonna be a dude there that's like thinking about fucking me. Sorry to be vulgar. Where it's like a man meets you and then you can kind of tell that he just wants like a physical connection. Sex is such a weird thing, but I used to be really, really afraid of sex. I feel like that's a very common thing for girls. Women, from the moment they're born, it is guaranteed in their life that they will experience pain. And that's crazy. Hey, what the fuck? That's crazy. We're guaranteed so many different kinds of pain. Period pain, catcalling scars, fucking being a woman is its own pain. So sex just kind of seemed like another one of those things where I was like, oh, that's another painful thing that I'm gonna eventually have to go to. It wasn't that bad. Maybe that's because my first time was not with a man. Was it not awesome? Yeah, but that's just because I was inexperienced and I didn't know what I was doing, because does anybody? That's another thing. Does anybody know what they're doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Each day I kind of wake up and I have like a vague outline of like how I assume the day will go, but I'm not actually 100% sure because I don't know what I'm doing. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing with my life. And I've been thinking about that a lot more recently now that I'm actually at film school, because when I was in high school it was always like, I want to go to film school and I'll figure it out from there. And now I'm at film school and it's like, now my next goal isn't get into film school, it's make money. It's not that I'm realizing that I've chosen a career that doesn't have a guaranteed path. For doctors or lawyers, it's like, this is X amount of years you have to go to school for, these are the tests you have to take, these are the tests you have to pass, bam, you're a doctor or lawyer or whatever. When you're a filmmaker, it's like, spend 10 years doing this, spend 4 years doing that, raise enough money, make a movie, submit it, maybe it gets attention, probably won't. Now you're poor, you have 8 roommates, and your dreams are just dreams. And that is so scary. One of my biggest fears is that I won't accomplish my dreams. And you know, a girl can try, and I am trying. Why do you think I'm here? I'm so scared that it's not gonna work out. I'm so afraid that I'm gonna spend 15 years working as like a gaffer or something, and then I'm like, maybe the film industry isn't for me. With a film degree, I'd be a barista. So that's where my path is looking like it's gonna lie. So I have no idea what I'm doing. And it's really scary. I like to have a plan. I'm really good with a schedule. Me plus a schedule match made in heaven. When I don't have a schedule, I go insane and crazy, and I need structure in my life to give it purpose. And so thinking of all those years I'm going to be spending kind of just like trying stuff and like throwing shit at walls and hoping something somewhere eventually sticks. My biggest fear is that I'm going to have to move home and admit that my dreams could never be a reality. What are you guys going to be for Halloween? I don't know what I'm doing. I've told several people several different things just because in the moment I'm like, oh, I can do that. I was thinking Tomb Raider, but in Greenwich right now, it's very cold. Not like really cold. By the time Halloween rolls around, like low 50s. Tomb Raider is going to be real cold. So what's fun, a little bit raunchy, but also will keep me warm? And the answer is none. I am going to a frat party for Halloween. Have I been to a frat party before? No. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, so I'll pretty much try anything once. You know what I'm saying? That's not a joke, though. Like, I really will try anything once. There are some things that I won't try, so maybe I won't try anything once. One of the things I won't try is climbing to the top of Mount Everest. Why are you doing that? If I was walking somewhere and I kept seeing skulls as I was continuing on my path, I would turn my ass right back around. Are you stupid? I keep seeing a lot of these videos of girls who are like, get this anti-wrinkle straw. Get this anti-wrinkle straw so that you don't purse your lips when you're drinking and you don't get wrinkles. We're only around for a good 60 years. You're weird about wrinkles, babe? In the grand scheme of the universe, you are a speck. I'm not mad at you, because honestly, I'm worried about wrinkles too. But I'm also really afraid of just getting old, because I can't imagine being me, but also being 80. And like, yeah, I'll grow and I'll change, but something about me just doesn't scream old woman to me. Like, some people I'm like, oh, you could totally age beautifully into your personality. I'm me, and I'm me forever. I don't know if I really fit well with the idea of being an 80-year-old woman. I don't really want to be 80 years old. What the fuck is the point? I can't move my legs, I can't move my arms, everything hurts, most of my friends are dead, my family's dead, I'm ugly, I don't look like myself, I can't remember a lot of things, I can't bend over. Unless I'm like RBG. She was doing like splits. End of her life, that girl had a full workout routine. Anyway, college is going great, kind of. I'm having a good time. I'm like thugging it out. I'm thugging the bad parts out. I've met some great people. My friend, she's awesome. I love talking to her. If I want to be friends with you, do I like talking to you? Because that's pretty much all we do. That's another thing. Everybody lives their Everybody lives their lives. Everybody lives their lives in subtext, and I'm kind of tired of it. If you're thinking something, why don't you just tell me that? And I get it. It's like, oh, I'm scared. Like, what if you do? If you don't tell me, I'm gonna figure it out anyway. Why don't we just skip that whole part and you tell me what you're thinking instead of me playing this guessing game all the time? I feel like it's taken me a really long time to like my face. I'm still not all the way there. Like, sometimes I catch myself in the mirror and it's like, I'm getting there slowly but surely, because like, I see my face all the time and this is me, but for the longest time I didn't connect my face with my brain. There's probably a word for that, I don't know. And so sometimes I'll see myself and I'll be like, I don't know who that is, which is weird because it is me. Yeah, I went home this past weekend, back to my hometown. Yeah, celebrities coming back. It was good. It was nice to see everybody. It was nice to kind of get back into there. But it also, in a way, felt like I was coming back to a life that I couldn't fully return to. I have a totally separate life here, and of course I carry that with me back home. So it kind of felt like I was split between two people. But also, I can't go back to how life was before I left for college. So I spent a lot of time at home kind of mourning what once was, pretty much. The life that I had before I left for college just straight up doesn't exist anymore. And that's a really weird feeling. Sometimes I wish I could be a blob, because being a blob would be so much more interesting and less stressful than being a person, because I feel like people see me and they perceive me based on their past life experiences, and as soon as I meet somebody without them knowing who I actually am, they have all these preconceived notions of me immediately from the get-go, and I would just love if I looked like a glowing bright star, or a blob, or a brain, because then I wouldn't have this like skin sheet that I wear that tells people things about me before they even really know who I am. If you see me out on the street, don't perceive me. I'm also going to 2 parties this weekend. Are they going to be good or are they going to be flops? I don't know. Comment down below, because I don't know. If you guys could go back in time to any time period, where would you go? Me personally, I would go back in time to 1920s Paris, because shit was happening there. The art coming out of there, crazy. You got Hemingway running around, you got Picasso running around. There's probably more, but I can't really think of them right now. I'm just going based off of Midnight in Paris, and that's all I can remember off the top of my head. Although, some people are dicks in ways that they should change. Speaking of dicks, Charlie Kirk got the Presidential Medal of Freedom or something recently. What did he do? I know it's just because he was Trump's lapdog, and that's the only reason why he's getting it. What did he do, though? What did he do that promoted freedom? In fact, all he did was encroach on people's liberties. That's the other thing, is people were like, you still have to feel bad for him. It's like, I don't have to feel bad for anybody. He didn't feel bad for me. He didn't feel bad for my rights. He didn't fight for my rights. He wasn't out there being like, votes for women. We can vote, I'm pretty sure. No, but he wasn't out there like, queer people deserve to live comfortably. Women deserve to live comfortably. He was like actively arguing against that. And he got the Presidential Medal of Freedom. They should give it to me. I've done more for this country. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. So, can you guys like turn off the lights? And I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Oh, if you're gonna hit your geek bar in here, can you do it away from my face? Okay. Okay, cool. Good night. Stop hitting your geek bar over here.